Hey, this person commented on my, I guess on my YouTube, the comment thing, section, right? Said that why do I speak so slow? They said I must have a speech impediment, right? So, but I tried to find it again because I wanted to really break it down to that person why I speak so slow, because I'm trying to get a point across, right? And I told them that, but like I say, I couldn't find it no more. But I'm being methodical. Okay, now let's break it down what it means. See, that's taking it slow. You see what I'm saying? Because I want you to digest mentally everything I'm saying, but not you in your present understanding, but the person who would be you 2,000 years from now. Just like 2,000 and some years ago, you was Abraham when you was Abraham's seeds when Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee history was being written and then crucified. See, like I'm talking to you now from a double cross that took place inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. And the people who are my familiar friends act like they never met me before in our lives. So how would you, who have never met me, know what I'm offering you if I go so fast that you can't get it? Now you probably so smart that this boring to you. See, and that's what I'm saying. It's not for you. It's for somebody who need it. See, you don't need it because you will be able to help yourself. See, so you feel like you could do what I did. But I'm saying, hey, man, I hope you right. See, that's what I was telling my daughter. I say, people gonna tell you about me, but I'm telling you about me. And I hope if you listen to them, I hope they right about me. But I'm telling you, they don't know me. So you should listen to me. See, I told my daughter that early on in our relationship. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I don't understand why people treat me the way they do. Because I'm telling them in the beginning of our relationship, whether it was my wife, my friends, my daughter, my son, what to end the relationship. And now, if you do what you do, then I love you enough to let you do it. But now, why I can't do nothing I want to do? See, that's what I'm saying. Well, they say if you supposed to reap what you sow. So if when my situation got too much for my wife, my children, and my family to handle, I still had to handle the situation that got too much for them to handle because it was my situation. So that's what I was telling them. I'm saying, well, listen, I'm being methodical with, right? And this is according to the Meridian Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, right? Arranged, characterized by, or performed with method. Okay, now let's look up method. See, that's what I'm telling you. Okay, see, when you go to somebody else's channel, they talking about somebody else, right? See, when you come to my channel, I'm fighting for my life. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying, whoever you are, right? When I saw a person who was supposed to be a judge destroy my family, then I had to be methodical in destroying him and her, because it was male, female, black, and white. So see, did they have respect the person? And I bet you they claim an affiliation with God. But now, look how they plotted against my truth. See, they didn't plot against me, because according to the scriptures, right, when they persecuted me, your God, according to Matthew 10, started using my voice to tell you what you can't see. Now that's what he said, right? So my method, right, is a procedure. Now let's look at that procedure. Now let's look at legal. See, now we transitioning from the collegiate definition to the legal definition of the Merriam-Webster's collegiate legal definition. See, it's still collegiate, but it's just the legal definition, because it's more, the word mean more than what you think it means. That's why I use the definition to bring you up to mental speed. Okay, now, a procedure is one or more methods or steps for the enforcement or administration of rights, duties, justice, or laws, right? Now, see, so that's why I had to use, I had to use the Florida Constitution and the Florida Bill of Rights in the civil courthouse in Seminole County on October 4th in 2007. I had to defend my rights through the procedures, the legal process, right? So then that's when my serpent stepped outside of his human body. That's when the fight became a spiritual battle. See, but I did not know it. See, I'm looking back. See, I'm looking back in hindsight, because I never read the Bible. See, so now that I'm looking at the Bible in hindsight of my own persecution, why wouldn't I see what Jesus saw if I can read it and see it in my life? Because I did not know it was a spiritual fight. I wasn't a spiritual person. So why would I read someone else's past when I'm presently proving myself to my familiar friends? And I'm talking about family. That's why I can tell you that I got cousins, male and female, that they really believed what their parents and grandparents told them, and we would argue about it, well, debate about it, ever since we were kids. So I know that they kept saying, my God gonna humble you one day. So that's what I'm telling the world, right? See, I'm saying, you all fighting for Abraham's promise. Either you Ishmael's descendants or you Isaac's descendants. But they really don't talk about Ishmael descendants in the Bible. But when you think about it, is not Ishmael's descendants the prophets? Because they warning Jacob, and Jacob then changed his name to Israel, and then they started warning Israel. So now think about it. If you find a person and he changed his name, then they say also known as. So if you're looking at the Bible spiritually, when you read the physical words, then you have to imagine what you're looking at. See, because you trying to see it then, now. But what I'm asking you to do is make the transition and start looking now at what you read about then, and you will start seeing now what Jesus saw then, and you will stop choosing sides in an already wrote story. See, I'm saying you all, my familiar friends, chose a side, but it was against me. And I'm telling them, okay, man, what you gonna do when the people come and hear your advice? See, I'm saying that's why I cried, because what can I do if you doing it? See, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, how can I stop you from doing what you doing if you don't believe you doing it? So I have to survive what you think until somebody come and show you wrong. But this is what I'm saying. If you don't understand, how do you know? And then when you act on your understanding, why won't you see who you hurting? See, because if you give me advice, right, but you don't make the advice you giving me good, right? That means that you not willing to stand on your word that I'm following, right? That's like my friends was throwing me down a blind road that they had never been on and getting mad with me when I'm telling them what's down the road. And I'm saying, man, don't tell your children that. Hey, don't tell your wife that. Hey, man, you shouldn't think that. It's a situation here. And the Bible call it a stumbling block. And you got a mental stumbling block. And how can you get over it? And then they say, I'm crazy. And I'm saying, well, how do you know if you crazy?